Do you know what I've did? I turned the sound off. I'm really sorry. Should I start again? Again. Oh my god. Is it better with the sound on or off? God. Hi everybody. I am so sorry. That's my fault. Right, I'll show you. Don't look down here. What happens is, you see these microphones? We have these little pocket things that go in your pockets. I haven't got any pockets, so I've had to just tuck mine somewhere securely. So I'm, oh, something else happened. What happened there? Oh dear, is it not working? Oh, shall we come back to you in just a minute? I think we might have to do. We'll come back to you in just a moment. False start, go and get a quick cup of tea. Or why don't you get the owls? If you can't hear me, get the owls and I'll see you in 1 minute.
I think it's working now.
Oh, it's oh my god. Well, look, we're just going to assume it's working. So I was saying to you, once we get into those new premises, we won't have any of this because it's going to be amazing. But got barbecue at the weekend, so we're going to have we're going to roast a whole pig, not a pig, well, a rolled pig, you know, a butchered pig, and then we're going to have a paella, and I'm looking for some really good salad recipes. So if anybody's got any great ideas for salads that are just always great, then please give me some ideas. So far I've got orange and fennel is the first one, and then I've got what's the other one? A white bean with feta and green beans and a vinaigrette dressing. That I've never had it before, but that's the recipe I found. Got to remember to soak the beans. And then what was the third one? There was Dad's making coleslaw, of course, and then there was a third one, which was, oh, I know what it was. It was new potatoes, so then there's a salad, so they're cold, with a mustard dressing, spring onions and radishes. And I thought that sounds quite nice, but I'd love more recipes. So if anybody's got any ideas, please send those in. Right, so here's one of the cards that was shown on Create and Craft, and I'm just going to put our owl up here and look at how that changes that design. And I love the fact that these owls are just, they're so, not only are they elegant, but they look so wise, don't they? So that's the first one. Whoops, lost that. Get much tidier because I'm trying to keep everything in my wallets. Then the next one that I've got is here, and I'm gonna, well, let me show you this one. So here's the design again, and I can put my owl up there, and I think that looks fabulous. In fact, I'm going to lay these down because I think you can see better. So there's the owl up there, and he looks really great, doesn't he? And I'm going to show you how to decoupage him in a few minutes. Then I've got another one here, and this one, I would put the owl on the outside edge of the card, so he's amongst the foliage as if he's literally flying out of the woods. But that's another one that looks really good. I've got this one. Now, I wanted to just show you in this one in particular. Here is my other owl. So if I move that one out the way, and he's going to sit just inside the aperture. So that one is Oliver Duke. So he looks really good, doesn't he? And then I've got this one, where my owl is actually on the edge of an easel, a circular easel. And then I've got this one where he's actually sitting in the watering can. And if you actually decide that you want to go for both of these, you'll get the reflections for free. So that's also downloadable for you. And then I've got another one, which is here. I'll show you this one. And so baby owl is there, and then mummy is there. So they're sitting there. They're looking after each other. And then where's the other one that I've got? And I've got this one to actually, show you this. So there's my owl, and I've actually got an aperture. And then what I do here is I tuck the owl inside the aperture, and let's put his tummy in as well. So he looks like he's actually inside the tree, so you can see him sort of inside the tree, so he's peeking out. And then I've got another one where I've got him peeking out, and I'm just going to put him here. So he's literally peeking out from there. But let's build it, build the design and build the card for you. So a scene. So how did I go about choosing the colours? That's quite interesting. So first of all, I looked at this, and although it's very green, and I chose some green cardstock, and I've chosen a sort of a softer green. It's almost a little bit more a muddier colour. It's a more neutral shade. It's definitely not as bright. And what that's doing is it's framing the design, but it's also bringing the colour down a little bit. For those of you that have just joined us, oh my gosh, you missed a fabulous false start. Apparently you couldn't hear me. I'd turned the mic off because I'm sitting on it. I mean, it was just one of those moments where you're thinking, oh my goodness. Oh, talking about moments, did anybody see what happened to the lovely Pauline this week? I went into that. I mean, do you know what? That lady, she deserves a bunch of flowers. In fact, I might just send her a bunch because she is just a sport. She was out in the back garden at Crate and Craft putting up a tent with Nigel. I think they might have been having a race. Anyway, she fell over and then had a bit of fun trying to get up. Well, it started everybody off giggling. She was such a good sport because she dealt with it all brilliantly. I would have been laid on my back, absolutely giggling my head off, and they'd have had to go to tape because it would have taken that long to get me sat up again. But she was just fantastic. And of course, we're celebrating the bank holiday. So I was just talking about salads. Anybody who's got any great salad ideas, please, will you let us have them? And then, did you know that you can eat, I'm sure you can eat primroses. I've had them before. Or was it violets? Anyway, flowers on your salads look fabulous. Right, so here's the greenery, and I've dulled down the background. I'm now going to put this onto the purple, and look at how suddenly this green has become really, really vibrant. But because you've got little flecks of just the softest amount of grey in there, the two colours together, that dark green or the muddy green, and then that purple, just frame the design perfectly. So when I was looking at this and thinking, well, how am I going to build the card? What do I want it to look like? I looked at my tree and thought, doesn't matter how I plan that as in perspective, I don't like the look and feel of it until I turn it round, and then that starts to change, although with the size of it, it really looks like it's at the front. So what I thought I'd do is I'll change down the size and put something that's a little bit better and more suited, and that definitely seems to work better. So just deciding which way it's going to go, and by putting it this way, it sort of looks like the log's leaning because of the way this part of it actually sort of is growing out of the bough. So I've got my branch there, and then I thought what I'll do is I'll put my owl up in that top corner, and then I'm going to go with my little catkins, and I'm going to use the purple that I've got here to pick out the colour of the purple at the side. I'm going to use the white of the catkins to actually pick out the white in the owl. I'm going to get some more of those lovely catkins out of the pockets that I've got, which I've put somewhere. So let's see what I've done with those. It's one thing about being tidier. It's easier to find things, but oh, there they are. Here we go. So there's my catkins. So I'm just going to really sort of lengthen this part of it. And you can see how now that little bit of purple is just bringing all of the design together. And suddenly we've got a composition that works. So let's take away Oscar and put in, let's call him Marmaduke. That's not his name. Where is he gone? Here we go. So we'll take our Regal Owl and pop him just there. Now, For this one, I think it works is if the logs are better the other way up. So I've turned it that way, and I'm then going to put elements of my flowers just here, coming to the front, but I'm going to take this one and tuck it right behind. And you can see now how, again, we've created another composition. And it's so easy to do this because all of the artwork's been designed for you. So first of all, you saw some of the designs on previous cards that we've done. I'm just going to show you a few more of those. And in fact, if you then wanted to put both of our owls together on one card, it really does also work. So we've got that dimension and also bringing the designs together. And these are what they look like. So there is Oscar, and where's the other one? There you go, is our other Oliver Duke. So two of those together, and you also get both of those apertures. So I'm going to pop those to one side, and I'm going to save this as a card and move that to the top. And now I'm actually going to layer up my owls, and I'm going to show you how to do a bit of decoupage. So the first thing that I've got is I've cut a few of them. Now I quite like this because they look great in silhouette as well. So that's one of the designs that I want to play with, is creating a silhouette, because seeing this, imagine having a night sky with the moon. In fact, I'll tell you what, let's just do that. So I'm going to take this set of designs and I'm going to move that away, and let's put this on here. Now I've literally just decided I'm going to do this for you, everybody. So I'm going to have to be a bit clever about the way I do it. So I'm thinking about, this is my thought process. What can I do to create that moon without me having to go and get my die cutting machine, which isn't very far away to be fair, but I want to create that moon and that look and feel, and I want it to look quite magical. And I want it to look not just magical, but also, a little bit mystical as well. So I'm choosing my colours a little bit carefully for what I've actually need to do. So actually, do you know what? I think those two colours are going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to need some white. So I'm going to need one more piece of card. I'm going to make some clouds. Now, I've just thought inside that log, you have got the aperture that you can cut out, and that piece that cuts out would make some good clouds. But let's do this a different way. So we're going to make clouds as if they're fluffy. So that's my first bit. And I now need fluffy clouds. So I'm just going to tear this. So, and I'm tearing it so that they're soft and fluffy. And I've got that. Right, so I've got a little bit of cloud, which is going to go there. So we'll just take that so that that frames the card. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make myself a moon. And I've got myself a moon. That's going to be peeking out from underneath the clouds. Okay, there we go. Actually, do you know what? Not underneath completely, but between the clouds, I think would be better. So, there. Okay, so we've got the moon now. Then I'm going to need some fence posts. So let's go to some fence posts. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I completely forgot you were there. I got really excited about what I was doing. I was completely mesmerised and thinking about building this scene that I've got. So I'm just going to, yeah, these are going to work brilliantly. And I need one more. So isn't it easy once you've got the wallets to keep everything in? Hello everybody, if you've just joined. Thank you for joining. It's a little bit chaotic today. I've been crazy madness over at Create and Craft. In fact, I have to tell you that this week I've been on Create and Craft USA 10 hours one day across so many different shows. It has been super duper busy, but very enjoyable. So I'm just going to do a little bit of building up my fence and getting my fence posts all set up. So I've got those elements. I think I know what I need. I need something. I need a bit of barbed wire, but I don't think I've got any here. So what we'll do is we'll have to decide that we can't have barbed wire. So I'm going to put my elements here. Now I'm going to do this. I will do this actually, everybody, and I'll do it in black and white, and we'll post a picture of it online. That I'm going to have my owl who's coming out of there. This one is actually going to be sitting on the fence posts that we can see here. Now you've got to imagine that this is black and white, everyone, not just the colours that I've got here. And actually, do you know what? I don't even think it needs anything else. So we're creating those scenes without actually using a background. It is just a little bit exciting when you get here. And I promised you I'd show you how to feather the owl in mine. I nearly forgot. So what I've got here is some foam on a roll. So first of all, you need a good sharp pair of scissors. And the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to run the scissors up the edge of each of the feathers. So literally up to the top of this piece here where the feather changes colour. So you can go right up there, and what you'll find is you'll feel the pips. Literally you're breaking those little pips as you go along. But then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to feather each feather. So you put your scissors on your fingertips, and I'm going to literally up and close the scissors. So I'm going to be going like that as I move this feather along. So you can see that's what I'm going to be doing, is just feathering it. And then I'm just going to flick that up a little bit so you can see what happens. But you get these little feathery pieces. So I'm going to do the same on this one. Only do it on one side, because otherwise you snip into the middle and you go too far. So, but support your hand, because if you support your hand, you're less likely to snip all the way through and make a mistake. So supporting my fingers. And then what I've got now is it's much more sort of, it's lighter by cutting into it. I've got this little soft bit of softness going on. So you can see that is happening there. And then again on this one, so like this. Oh, I've just realised, oh no, they're the wrong ones. I was going to say I've got my glasses, but I haven't got them at all. Oh gosh, it has been one of those days. Oh, I had to ring Carl on the way home today. I had to say to him, how many miles can I do when the thing goes on red in the car? Because I was like driving along thinking, I looked up and it's like it's red. I thought, when did that happen? I've got no idea how many miles I've done, and it's red. I thought, am I going to run out of petrol? That's going to be embarrassing, isn't it? Have you ever run out of petrol? I have. Oh, look what's happened. Oh my gosh, because I was thinking about running out of petrol. I've snipped his wing off. That's why we need dyes, because that used to happen all the time when we're doing decoupage. Never mind, it's all right. I'll make it better for you in a minute. So, oh dear. So have we got any salad recipes coming in yet? Because I do know I'm going to need some. It's going to be fine with what I've got, but I've got to feed 140. That's going to take some feeding, isn't it? So I am going to need to get, and other thing I can tell you is I've got 3 aubergines. Carl told me don't need to buy aubergines. I'm growing them he's managed to grow 3. Well, that's not going to feed everybody, is it? But anyway, we'll have to worry about that. Everyone get a little cube each. So, right, there's my little owl, and we've feathered him. He looks like he's been through a bit of a storm. So let's move this up so you can see. Actually, do you know what? You can't actually see that I've taken that little bit off there, can you? That's a good thing. Right now, I've got some new tools here. So I could have used these actually. These would have been really good because these are my reverse tweezers. Look how fine they are. They're really, really sharp and fine. I could have used those when I was doing my snipping. It would have been a little bit easier, wouldn't it? And then, and then in here, I've got not only some spare blades, but I've got my little ball tool as well. So I'll get that as a pokey tool and a ball tool. I'm going to use the ball tool, and that unscrews there. That comes out. That goes in like that, and then that screws up again. It's really, really easy to work. Right, so let's undo you. Right, in my hand, and I'm just going to shape round the edge of him. So I'm wanting his face to get a little bit of shape. So let me get you there. So literally like this. So I'm going round the edge of his face, and you can see very quickly how it starts to shape the design. So there we go. So now I've got that lovely shape there. So now I'm going to make myself a little foam pad that's going to go in the middle. Hello everybody, if you've just joined, we've got 2 new owls on 2 red robins. They're starting to meet their friends. Don't forget the little triplets. They're still available on Create and Craft if you haven't already got them. I do hope you did though, because it will be a while before we get them here on 2 red robins, and in fact they have got all the stock that we've got. But anyway, we will get them back in stock if it's here that you want to get them from. But in the meantime, just don't wait to get them. But you can't buy the 2 grown-up owls anywhere else than here. So a little bit of foam in the middle for his face, and then along here, so the adhesive is going along the top of his wings, there and there, but his face has got 4 layers of foam, and the reason that we've done that is because I want the face to stand out while his wings go down flat, and we get that extra dimension. And then this looks like his wings are flapping, so we can see that little bit. And then get your ball tool and just do what I'm doing, and I'm just rolling some of the feathers just with the edge of the ball tool on that tool, just to get a little bit more dimension. So actually trimmed in, and then I've just seen a cut that I could really do with making, and it's here, look, because I've lost that little feather. If I cut that free, that goes down and it makes that less obvious. Or alternatively, I could just stick that one back in, which would be another option. But let me now show you that one compared to a plain one. Look at the difference. He really looks dimensional, doesn't he? And he looks really proud because his wings are flying and he's just soaring in the sky. Okay, everyone. So, sorry about the false start. Thank you, as always. I promise as we do more of these, I guess after about 40 years, I should be getting good at it. Don't know. We can all learn. We can always get better at it, can't we? So how about some salad recipes? Check out your baskets if you've wanted to get one of our fabulous owls. And in the meantime, Twitter-hoo! And I will see you all very soon.